G2 coming right at you. Two team compositions with an immense amount of damage coming out on both sides. There are effectively no true tanks in this game, and there is a ton of CC and setup on the side of G2. One mistake from either of these teams in the early game will cost them dearly, and already Fnatic are looking to catch G2 out as they move into the bottom side.
We were looking for the potential split map forced from G2 here, but actually it doesn't look like that's what they're going to try to do at all. Fnatic actually set up the level 1 with the very early 5-man stack into the bot lane ward just to see what was possibly going to happen from G2, and it actually just looks like a delayed invade, if anything.
And all is quiet on the map, and as long as we've got a brief
Win this 2v2, we don't need to force a split map to be aggressive on Morgana Caitlyn. As I say that though, Mickey takes a ton of damage. But then also the fact that it's Camille Gangplank up into the top side. There is actually still a lot of reason why Jankos might want to...
Oh! This is massive from Hylissang. Already getting the flashes early out. Reckless just want to chase the kill. One more shot, he's cleansed out. That's going to be first blood. They're going to look for another one. And this was one of the only windows of opportunity to pull ahead in this lane, and Fnatic found it. Wow.
I'm literally trying to set up, you know, they could play around Wonder, and now he's gonna die.
Fnatic are just dying on G2 in this laning phase right now. Hylissang landing back-to-back level 1 hooks onto both Mickey and Perks was huge because it just set up for Reckless to just looking bot. No flash, no heal on Perks. I think he might just be here to cover. Jankos looking for a gank.
That's the thing, you don't expect that to happen, especially not in Fnatic versus G2, but here's Selfmade.
Hylissang, of course, going to have the ease, taking his time, though, dashing out. Jankos not going to get to safety. They're going to be able to follow that one up. Guardian proc. Jankos running for his life. Selfmade flashing in, though. Selfmade caught into the tower, and Jankos lives! Oh, no, that's a tilter.
Oh, my...
Okay.
I love Fnatic G2 games. What the hell?
Not for this reason, though. This is the opposite. What is going on? Okay, so to kind of summarize, we're at 1-1 right now due to some pretty crazy kill. I cannot believe Jankos didn't die. Observers, if you could please give us a slow-mo of that as we see a bit of supportal combat going on.
And Hylissang playing with a bit of fire here is going to be forced to dash away.
What?
Let's have a look. Here we go. So really good read from Selfmade. He knows that this play is coming. Perk's still only level 1. Hylissang just baiting things in. Really good stun. Like, everything is good. Lands the... Oh, the Guardian proc.
Yeah.
Selfmade gets another auto. It's still not enough. He flashes in. And then Jankos, of course, has the stun. So then the auto doesn't come through. Reckless is hitting Mickey. Wow. That feels bad, man.
That's a massive...
And it looks like the Fnatic will be able to secure this one as well. When we talked about G2's composition, a lot of it was about getting early advantages. Perks and Mickey in this 2v2 lane should have had a lot of lane dominance. They should have been constantly pushing in the wave. We wanted to see Caps looking for roams towards the bot side of the map. But a lot of that has been mitigated due to extremely good play.
To leave his lane and start roaming around. That said, Nemesis could very easily match it with Corki.
Selfmade here. Jankos level 6. They have the level advantage. Actually tied up as well as level 7, but big damage coming in. They're going to follow it up with the stun. Wonder's going to clean that one up, and now Selfmade's going to be in trouble, calling down the thunder there, and Selfmade goes under the tower, but he's burning down, and just like that, G2 pick up 2 kills.
Yeah, and there we go. It was setup that they were waiting for. Now, Wonder sets it up perfectly for Jankos, and then Caps kind of on the back end to find some cleanup there.
And what's interesting is how they rotated Perks and Mickey up towards the mid lane. Mickey can now help with this Rift Herald as well, provided a little bit of additional cover. And Caps is actually going to rotate down towards the bot side of the map. So as Frost was alluding to earlier, that good setup from G2 enables them to get a couple of early kills. And they'll get a slight gold advantage for the time being, but Reckless and Hylissang going to respond.
The initial itemization, because no one should have a true, fully completed item. Although I need to hold it because Hilly fishing.
For it, will not find it, but he's already burned all of his cooldowns. He is forced to flash out there. Nimbus Cloak as well will take him out to safety, but definitely has to feel bad about that one.
At this point of the game state, I feel like Fnatic, when it comes to the big 5v5 over the Drake, if that's what it is, actually have the advantage here with the items that they have. But first, they're going to try to kill Wonder, possibly burn his TP.
Ooh, excellent kick to deny the hookshot wall dive, and now the Hextech ultimatum to deny a follow-up damage. Wonder trying to make his way out of this one, but doesn't look like he's going to get the opportunity. Healing from the tactical sweep will not come in time to save him, and now the TP coming down. Jankos needs to make it out to safety, but they're at least able to take that cooldown away.
Good punish, though, from Fnatic. They catch Wonder trying to push out that wave, and they're able to get another kill in their back pocket. Fnatic right now feeling very comfortable as G2 now drop the Rift Herald in mid lane.
Yeah, and we've basically been handshaking on funneling these plates into these two ADCs, and until the Herald came down, it was actually a strong advantage in favor of Fnatic as a very late Gangplank ultimate comes out. Bwipo did not want to burn it before the dragon fight.
Oh, and that last play, it's very tanky, but not nearly tanky enough as we see Nemesis picked off in the side lane.
That's surprising. I wonder what Caps was up to there. Well, I think what's the weirdest thing is why is Caps there? Because when we look at the lane states, like, there's no real reason for him to just be sitting in that brush, and I think he just caught Nemesis unaware.
It's just a huge mistake, though.
These Drakes slip away. Top lane match remains relatively even, but it has just been a trade back and forth for blows. Once again, though, we see Hylissang roaming to the top side of the map. Don't think he can match the pressure of Jankos, but he will lay down a little bit of damage here. Aftershock procced. Bwipo maybe feeling confident on this one as Selfmade starts to bring up the rear.
Thing is that Bwipo had just used his ultimate defensively to try to clear out around the Herald in the mid lane. You know, maybe if he hadn't done that and he has ultimate there, they'd try to chase onto that with Selfmade in the wings and try to force a kill.
I will say that
Great game. That said, we might have a dive here on the bottom side as Nemesis feels good in these trades, but doesn't know about G2 lingering in the darkness. As meanwhile, Fnatic trying to make play on top side. G2 actually getting kicked off there for Hylissang, trying to isolate the Pike, trying to kill him before Bwipo and Selfmade can jump into this one, but the kick back to deny Jankos. He wants to finish Hylissang so badly. One more auto comes in, Jankos gets the bite down, and now they're looking to turn it. The Volibear stats way too strong. They ignore the GP, they look straight at the Lee Sin, leaping in, going into the tower, will finish him. The shield coming down, Jankos isn't worried about it. Wonder going back in for Bwipo in a clean fight.
Volibear is just such a BS champion. That is the breakdown there. Jankos also now 4-0-1. The power of this champion, considered the strongest dueling jungler right now by a lot of LEC pros and teams.
By the way.
Yeah, by the way.
Yeah, I think that Jankos was able to demonstrate how strong Volibear can be in these
yes.
I mean, I think the most ridiculous thing about this was the vast majority of the fight was Wonder and Jankos actually just running after Hylissang. So here comes the engage from Wonder, misses the stun, of course doesn't have vision, but a really good knockback from Hylissang actually gets Wonder out of the ultimate, which means he can run to safety. Then of course he runs out of those mobility tools, and then G2's like, okay, now we can commit. Selfmade and Bwipo quickly realize, okay, in this 2v2 we do not win, so they're forced to flash out, but that's not enough.
So, on the back end of the play, I have to give credit to Wonder on this one.
He played the Camille beautifully.
No, so he
to being ready to go for a lot of these big fights, was G2 only sitting on those very first items, the Luden Zeko coming to the LeBlanc. Still feeling pretty good, strong one-item power spikes, but Fnatic I feel are chilling right now. They're pretty happy, they're pretty cool.
Which is why they shouldn't try to over-force here.
I agree, yep.
Whereas I feel like G2 are actually perfectly ready to start forcing.
This Drake is an important one. Wonder's now coming down, hit that level 11 mark. We can see that Nemesis has the package. This is going to be a big fight. Let's see if Fnatic can secure that third Drake.
Jankos running forward. He'll drop the Herald in the mid lane. In the meantime, the package goes down. He's going right into the first, but he gets bound mid-air and shut down. But Wonder's going to get in trouble. Now there's the reset for Hylissang. They have to be careful. There's so much gold will go to Fnatic if they can find this fight advantage. Hylissang still has the reset up. Jankos is now going to be in trouble. He's kicked back. Chance to ult to give himself a little bit more health. Hylissang patient on the trigger here. Ulti still available. A few more seconds. G2 has to be careful before they re-engage. Caps stepping forward. Hylissang going to run another reset soon. Caps will not get pulled in, but Bwipo will, and that means another one drops, and G2 suddenly in charge of the fight and flash forward the change, but now Selfmade trying to turn it right back. Hylissang trying to pull him over the wall, but Jankos there to body block, there to make sure that nothing else can happen. Fnatic fishing for a massive play, but they're getting nothing done as the Herald tears through the mid lane.
Fnatic lost so much in this fight. Even if they get the fadeaway kill on Mickey, it's still not worth it, and they're not even gonna get it!
Oh, Caps is fishing for everyone though, because Selfmade's burning. They're gonna grab another one, 10-4, as Wonder suddenly right back in the fight. He uses his TP to get there, and Reckless is now in trouble. G2 playing at their own pace. Tempo, tempo, tempo.
And G2 just obliterate Fnatic off the map. Things were looking so good for Fnatic. We talked about the itemization and how they didn't need to force this fight. They were 2 dragons up. They could have just conceded this, but they're going to lose so many towers, and Nemesis with that blunder cost Fnatic a lot.
It was just a blunder. He just straight ended that fight. And yeah, he picks up a kill right there, but that was disastrous for Fnatic. The Observer showed you the inhib tower got smashed through. That Herald just went nuts. G2 picked up the Drake. They got so much kill gold. They're now super strong with the itemization. 10 stacks on Caps. That was disastrous from Fnatic.
Got all the cooldowns they need, but we look at the start here, and things just right off the bat are not looking good.
So initially, that was such a good amount of damage coming out from Nemesis, and I'm curious if the package was simply a misclick, or he sees the binding coming through and he just wants to get out of there so that he doesn't get rooted down. But either way, it costs Fnatic a lot because a lot of their damage disappears. All of the focus then comes down to Jankos, who they just cannot melt through, and this is where you get to see some of the range power and poke power that Caps and Mickey have together, dashing in, landing these bindings. If anything hits, it means death for Fnatic.
But more importantly, the way that G2 play on the absolute edge here is incredible because Pyke has reset. They're all at 50% health across the entire fight. One set of cooldowns from any Fnatic champion means Pyke resets once, can reset again, a ton more gold goes into their pocket, but G2 play perfectly on the edge to make sure that Hylissang gets no more value out of that ultimate, and now he's having a hard time even playing the game up against Caps as whew, Big Alt comes in. He's going to take his time with this one. Hylissang just getting walked down here. Rare that you see a Pyke get walked down like that, but there you go. Caps unstoppable. That's a 14 stacks Medjai's, and that might be the final nail in the coffin.
And now things are really starting to come undone for Fnatic here. Hilly caught out placing Vision. Nemesis getting...
Frost and how this is a bit of a shift that we typically see, but it kind of gets rid of that mid-game lull that you often see from a Caitlyn, and now G2 looking to invade.
Hook shot, wall dive to get things kicked off. They're fighting from multiple angles, but Fnatic are pulling back well. Reckless is going to be in trouble here, though. Caitlyn all coming up. He's going to walk back behind the team to get body blocked. Will not go through in the end, though. Incredibly low. Could be in trouble. Curtain call comes out to dissuade any further fallout from G2, but we'll take stock of things, and they get the cleanse out of Reckless, they get the flash out of Selfmade, but they do give up a few cooldowns of their own. Jankos and Wonder both burning flash in the exchange.
But there's nothing that is really a cost.
Fnatic and G2 have been knocked out very early in playoffs.
Yes.
But there have been, I don't think there's ever been a time where they haven't made it. Now, we see Nemesis and Bwipo looking for a pick. Oh, but Perks answers back.
Oh, big damage from the Stormrazor. Now Bwipo's the one in trouble. They try to get the fight kicked off. Bwipo ticking down, and Cap's going to be dominating now. Nemesis tries to leap back. Still has the Hexdrinker shield, but Cap's now just hunting for blood. This is a very big LeBlanc. I don't know how many Medjai stacks she has, but more than enough to one-shot anybody who steps wrong up against her. And now G2 will push in on the bottom side.
The thing about this itemization on Caitlyn by going the Infinity Edge into the Stormrazors, especially in tandem with the LeBlanc, poke dead. That's how G2 are winning these fights.
And I feel like we're really getting to see how good Caps can be when he gets a slight lead on this LeBlanc, like 6-0. And his laning phase was tough.
This is the concept of agency. G2's comp, everybody has CC. Fnatic's comp, 3 members have CC. Jhin and Lee Sin, not a ton of it. So I feel like while Fnatic definitely are going to get stronger, definitely are going to feel good about these item spikes coming in, it's very hard for them to pick a fight on quote-unquote their terms. As we can see, Wonder showing us a little bit of that agency here, because Hylissang certainly does not have any in the fight. Yanko's going to follow up top side. Cap's going to go look in to try to finish with a one-shot here. Hexdrinker doing a little bit of work, but not enough to finish the job, as Cap's just going to zoom out to safety. But no, Nemesis, oh, a little bit of redemption after that play, but he goes into the redemption and dies just like that. No, what?
The irony is you say a little bit of redemption, and then it's redemption that kills him.
I can't claim big brain. That was unintentional. That was cruel twist of fate there.
I would say he thought it was his. I don't know.
Oh, Caps now will end up losing his life.
Okay, that's actually big. Okay,
shutdown.
yes, there's 2 big shutdowns that just happened on exactly who you wanted to happen. The Gangplank as well as the Corki, and the fact that Caps just lost a ton of stacks on the Medjai. Still sitting on 10, still going to hurt. But that is actually pretty massive for Fnatic. And if we talk about kind of the big 2 pivotal points, oh no.
Oh, boop, boop, boop.
If we talk about the 2 big pivotal points in this game, it's been Nemesis Valkyring into his death on that dragon fight, and then Nemesis and Bwipo picking up those 2 big shutdowns. So
basically making this Lee Sin pick pretty invaluable at this point in the
word
game.
you're looking for is worthless.
Yeah. I was trying to be nice. But yes, means that Jankos is going to be a very solid front line that's difficult. They can't survive as Wonder goes in again.
All going to come out if they kill the jungler. They can most certainly turn their attention to Baron, but they're going to back off. They don't want to overstay their welcome. Hylissang, though, now looking for the re-engage with the binding down. He can feel free to dash forward. Hook coming out. Will he flash to complete? No. Just backing off as redemption heals G2 back up. And Perks, 90 caliber nets back towards Fnatic. I like it.
Well, he does have the rapid fire cannon. If he has that in conjunction with the headshot, you know that's going to hurt. And right now, G2 are just gaining full control over the top side jungle. Observers, if we can quickly look at the vision that Fnatic see right now. Let's see how much of the map. You can see
Nothing.
it's pretty dark for Fnatic right now. Hylissang getting a little bit of vision back, but that Baron is very scary, and they're doing what they can to make sure that they can maintain some semblance of control.
And one of the best things that G2 have done this game is how often they're finding him. Showing us that Nemesis is waiting for the perfect moment to grab that package just in time for Fnatic to spy G2 starting this Baron. So Fnatic fans, this is your moment. This may be the best shot that you have to come back.
Best shot to watch Selfmade get one shot, because here comes Caps.
I
Now,
take it
Nemesis,
back.
though, trying to fire back. Nemesis does a ton of damage. Wonder getting absolutely shredded here, but now Perks is in the midst of the fight. He's cutting through Nemesis just like that. Yanko's leaving out to safety with the ultimate, but they're just trading blows. No one's getting the Baron. That's a shutdown. Yet another shutdown onto the Camille, and here comes the curtain call. Perks going to be in trouble here. Hylissang can find the follow-up, but a good body block from Mickey X. Just taking his time, throwing out the binding, and they both sides will retreat. However, 2 kills.
Try and go for Nemesis. His eyes were on the jungler, the smite steal. He doesn't want to run that risk at all. And look, both of them are right next to each other. He's like, no smite steal allowed. You will die. Not only is that an easy kill because he's 5 levels behind Caps, but the target selection was just smart. Now Wonder clearly here trying to set up and lock down the Corki, who can't get away using the package because of that ultimate, then allows Perks and Yankos to come in from behind and help secure that kill.
Yeah, shout out Perks as well as the drive-by heal to make sure that Caps retains all of his Magi stacks and get...
Camille, okay, that's fine. But as we look more and more in this game, Camille is absolutely ruining Hylissang's day. He just never gets to play League of Legends, and it's a similar story for Nemesis. All these champions who normally would be able to get it.
But you are correct. This Camille pick is actually coming up pretty clutch, and Wonder is playing it beautifully.
Flash forward from Hylissang, though, he's going to put back Yankos, not the target that he wanted. So the team backing off, of course, always posturing towards this Baron, trying to threaten. Caps will not get spotted out by that ward there, or not the ward, rather the trap. They're trying to finish this one. Good damage down on the Caps. Now the curtain call comes in. Caps needs to be careful. Wonder can leap into body block. The clone's going to block one more shot for him. Wonder's going to block the other one. The Redemption going to come in to heal him up. Oh, that's going to be that's it. Hylissang can't get out of that one. Dashes out to safety, but now Wonder turning the fight right back. Selfmade's not even going to find the kick, and Fnatic are getting shredded. They thought they had Caps, but now they're getting caught out left and right. Reckless and Nemesis untouched, so the big sources of damage. They can clear the ways, but for now, G2 just have the highway paved for them to head right to that Baron.
And again, I thought Fnatic found a great opportunity there. Getting that chunk onto Caps would have been massive. It would have bought Fnatic a little bit more time. But then Hylissang gets caught out. Selfmade goes for a kick, which looked flashy. It did land onto Perks, but there wasn't enough follow-up. G2 are going to take the Baron off of this. They're looking to extend the win record.
To draft a lot of the picks that they're comfortable with. We'll hold that thought because Whipple appears to be in dire straits. He's just now about to find that out as Wonder leaps in with the tag sweep, can follow with the precision protocol. Doesn't even get a chance to use the ultimate there. It still goes on cooldown, but Caps will kill him before the ult even comes out.
Yeah, that's a rough one for Bwipo. So we can have a look back at this replay. Hylissang flashes in. His target is either Perks or Mickey. Oh, okay, thank you for highlighting that one, observers. Caps also makes mistakes, place planting into that wall. Showing that even the best players can fumble. Doesn't have the W here, and then he takes the barrel to the face. And this is where we see, okay, this is a really good chunk of damage. He's going to use the clone to block that first hit. And then we're going to see here Mickey with a fantastic binding. Just clipping onto Hylissang, locking him for eternity into the binding. Allowing this, and a great kick again onto Perks, but too little, too late. Reckless and Nemesis can't get involved, and now with the Baron buff, G2 on the doors of Fnatic's Nexus as they look to end this game.
Most certainly knocking his Perks is essentially untouchable here. Hylissang just getting popped before he can contribute anything to the team fight. Pike one behind has to be one of the worst champions to play, especially against a comp like G2's. Fnatic can still hold on to hope. Whippo throwing down an ultimate. They'll find the snare. They're looking to pick off Mickey. Good damage now coming in. A barrel to follow up. Yanko's going to leap out, but he's given access for Selfmade to go forward. The binding now lands on Nemesis. Nemesis is going to be in trouble as Perks just shreds through him, and the rest of the team is just dying. G2 are just picking their individual matchups and shredding through every single opponent. Reckless going to flash back. Wants to get something, but he's only hitting a clone, and there's nothing left. Triple kill for Perks coming through on the Caitlyn, and G2 can just walk it into the base.
And once again, G2 completely destroy Fnatic.
And in 2020, there is nothing here for Fnatic. G2 7-0 in the head-to-head matchup. Reckless will get a consolation shutdown, but that's all he's getting this season.
And that's a scary G2.